Okay, I was standing up for a little bit. Now I'm just sitting here on my bed, trying to talk some more, get more bubbling going. Gonna do some more squirts because the packaging should come out soon. Really excited for that. So I'm allowed to do it here now to soften it up. There's so much I have to tell you guys. So one thing, they wanted to give me dextrose through the IV. Dextrose is sugar. I remember about a year ago, even more now probably, I went to Texas Roadhouse. I got a steak, I think it was the T-bone or the ribeye, one of those. Just salt. And I remember the salt tasted so different from the salt I have at home. So good. So it reminded me of the W sauce. Yeah, I can't say the word. Nobody can. Worcestershire sauce. I don't fucking know. I call it the W sauce. That's what it reminded me of. So I just thought, well, yeah, I have pure sea salt at home, Himalayan pink salt, pure. It's just a different kind of salt, right? And I love the salt there. I remember in the to-go bag, I even put salt in it from the salt thing there to take home. So I have a different kind of salt, right? So when you only use salt as a spice, it's nice to have different kinds of salt. Well, already later that night, I got really sick. I got so nauseous, diarrhea, and I can't really throw up. My body does everything so it doesn't throw up, but I probably would have if I would be so phobic from throwing up. I got so sick. It's like, what the fuck? I did some research, and I think most, like, not really high-end steakhouses, they use Morton salt, just a regular table salt. And so I saw that at Winco or somewhere, and I read it. Dextrose is in it. Dextrose is a sugar. So no wonder when I ate that steak with the salt, and the salt reminded me of the W sauce, because the sugar. And it really, I remember telling Paul, like, oh wow, it's so good, I can't stop. Like, it started to make me addictive. Of course, it's sugar. Good, it's bubbling again. I need to keep talking. So here, they wanted to put dextrose in my IV. Can you imagine what would have happened? I only eat the steak with salt that has dextrose in it, and I get so sick. They would have pumped me full of dextrose. Fuck, eh? You need to be so careful here. Why would you give someone the saline water? Totally, I get that. I love that. I mean, you need saline. Dextrose. Oh my gosh. And I told, you know, you always get different nurses and people that look after you. I told everyone about 10 times, no glucose, no sugar, no sugar in any form, no insulin, no dextrose. And another thing was, so every 3 hours now, I'm taking Oxy, and those are like really tiny pills. And sometimes I also take a peptide something, like half of it, and it's really tiny. That's okay, I can swallow that. So first of all, you can hear both my nostrils completely closed. It's really hard to swallow like this, to drink, to eat, everything, anything. And already before I got surgery, I have a history of swallowing problems. So my worst attacks I got was my vagus nerve cramping up, especially here. Imagine PMS cramps, IBS cramps, whatever kind of cramps. Imagine those here in your throat. Yeah, it's fucking scary. And it also went down here and here to my solar plexus. So like my entire vagus nerve started like cramping. It's really scary. And a lot of times I have problems swallowing capsules, and I just cough them back up, or I got these attacks then. And I remember that I just put the hot water bottle here, head up, and was breathing through my nose. Both my nostrils are clogged up right now, so, well, of course, I anticipate and I hope these cramps, these attacks happened because of my tumor. Now my tumor is out, they shouldn't happen anymore. But I have a history of swallowing problems, and I still have problems swallowing right now because my 2 fucking nostrils are totally closed up. So even just swallowing water is hard. As I said, the Oxy, I get down. But so they wanted to give me a capsule, just like normal size capsule, antibiotics. And don't get me wrong, I know how bad antibiotics are for your gut, but I want them and I need them. Hey, I had a hole drilled up my nose to my gland where my brain is, and I have a foreign body in here still, the packing. I need antibiotics, yes, and I will recover from that. I will get my gut back on track. That's totally fine. So yeah, I want antibiotics, but sorry, I can't take the risk of swallowing a regular size capsule while my nostrils are closed, and then sorry, I can't breathe anymore, or I get panic attack and I will start freaking out or whatever and blow my brains out or whatever. No, you know what I mean. So I was like, I can't take it. Could I get it through the IV, the antibiotics? And it took them 1.5 days to finally get the antibiotics through the IV. Because they were, I asked, could I open it up? One of them said no. Another one said, oh, you could open it up and mix it in applesauce. Sugar. And especially apples, they're one of the fruits with the most sugar. And I haven't had any sugar anymore for over a year, for like 19 months. The first month I still was consuming dairy, so there you have a lot of sugar. Yeah, I was totally addicted. I mean, because of the casomorphins, other story. Anyways, now is not the time to try anything new or whatever. So yeah, I got the antibiotics through my IV. Oh yeah, also twice or so I got asked if I want apple juice. And then, when was that? Okay, so I had surgery on the 11th. Then on the 12th, exactly, so already on the 11th, yeah, they said like I should order something to eat and stuff. And I wanted scrambled eggs because I thought, yeah, that's like the best to eat, right? Like here, I can kinda do that. These are from home because so I looked at the menu. I took pictures of it, don't worry. Took pictures of all this, everything they offer. So I took the phone and asked for scrambled eggs. I said, only eggs. I can't, I didn't even want the salt because I don't trust anyone anymore with salt. I told Paul to bring my salt, pure Himalayan pink salt. So I told them just nothing else, no oil, no butter, no nothing, just scrambled eggs. And said, oh, they come in a bucket or whatever. I didn't think about that, of course, everything is pre-made, right? So they read the ingredients. Canola oil. It's like one of the worst ever. Look, you don't have to be 100% carnivore or whatever. You have to do you anyways. You have to do what works for you. But seed oils, soy, canola oil, and any seed oils, no one should take. Do you know what they used canola oil for? For machinery. They used it for machinery. Do you really want to consume that? Machine oil? It's so inflammatory. It's like one of the worst. You know, if it would be olive oil or so, I still would have said no, because right now is not the time to try anything new. But like, I would never tell anyone to get off olive oil or coconut oil. Well, there could still be issues, or like, you know, just take tallow or whatever. Well, I have problems with tallow because it's rendered fat. So anyways, other story again. So it's like shit that I can't have anything because meat, they only have hamburger, and I'm not gonna trust that. You know, ground beef hamburger patties, you have no idea what's in there. So I didn't even try that. So but she recommended hard-boiled eggs. I was like, oh yeah, cool. So I got 4 hard-boiled eggs. I ate only the egg yolks because, as I said, it's really hard for me to eat, and that I should eat what is most nutritious, what has the most nutrients, so the yolks, and they taste better anyways. That was good to like, but I ate only 2 egg yolks, probably course of 2 days or something. I don't know. But so anyways, so I think it was, you know, I kind of lost track of time. No, I think it was on the 12th. Yeah. So the 12th then, I think I ordered the eggs already on the 11th, but on the 12th, so there was this nurse, a woman, and I was in excruciating pain. I still am. If I don't get my oxy every 3 hours, and really, it actually, after 2.5 hours, I start feeling bad. And now he was like 10 minutes late, and it was already getting bad. So I really need it all the time. And I need to take the full dose. Because at some point I thought, oh, I just need one. Because then I need the laudium, I don't know. I call it the D. And so anyways, I really need my pain meds. Also, yesterday I was screaming, just in pain, until I got the D to calm down. And so on the 12th, the woman nurse told me I need to eat something for dinner, I need to order something and eat it, because otherwise, she knows that doctor, she said, otherwise they would refuse me pain meds. I was in tears, because I need to eat more than just eggs. This menu here, I can't eat anything else, because everything else has stuff in it that makes me really, really sick. Paul was here with me, so he could, and it was like 7 o'clock. Kitchen closes at 8. Visiting hours are over at 8. He couldn't get me anything or so. I was freaking out. I got a panic attack. So they actually filmed in here. Probably shouldn't talk about that yet. Yeah, maybe I should talk about that later. Because I really want to get discharged now, because I feel good. Just thinking right now, I don't want to jeopardize anything. Well, anyways, Paul ordered a burger, and already the burger had mushrooms mixed in, and was also made with canola oil, probably also spices. And he ordered the entire burger with the bun and everything. I mean, I can't have gluten for a long time already before I was carnivore. And he ate it. I just took some meat and put it on my shirt so it looked like I ate it. I think the same we did yesterday. I'm telling you, I was freaking out. Excruciating pain, and if I don't eat, they gotta not give me pain meds anymore. You know, yeah, I'm honest. I have an eating disorder, but I actually binge eating, like I eat too much. I ate so much the last 3 weeks, and I'm actually super glad. The night before surgery, I ate an entire ribeye with bone. It's not a normal sized ribeye, it was a fat steak. So I was totally good, fueled up. Yeah, fasting, you can do fasting for a long time. Of course, I would like to get more food in me, because also the nausea, and it makes me really weak without food. And believe me, I want to eat. And I try my best, but drinking is much more important. I can really easily 3 days without food. Yeah, that was really bad. I was really traumatized. I was in tears. And you know, when you cry, you get congestion here. I already have that. It made it all worse, of course. Like here and everything. Panic attack. I was freaking out. Yeah. Then also, they gave me a steroid, and apparently it's important that I need it, and that's okay. But I had heart flutter for an hour. I have a history of really bad panic attacks, really bad ones. And the only thing that helps me is Pitabot. Kava during the day helps me to keep it stable, but Pitabot is what I take. 2 supplements, and I told them the second time I said, no, I can't take the steroid. I don't want to have heart flutter anymore for an hour. And they don't have time for me here. I'm just a number. So they're not gonna stay with me. I'm gonna be alone with, I need someone to stay with me, to talk to me or so. Then I told them, okay, I said it's really important to take that. I said, okay, but I need to wait till Paul gets here so I can take my Pituitary afterwards. And I'm okay. Also, it's just for the head, you know, like I know my Pituitary is here. I take the steroid, take some Pituitary, and Paul will be here, can be with me. But they didn't authorize it. The hospital didn't authorize my supplements. So yeah, I was freaking out again. It's not even a medication, it's just a supplement. It's something that really, really helps me, that calms me down. But they don't. Well, it's my mistake. Next time, hopefully never, but if ever something happens like that again, I need my neurologist, my doctor, to write a note that I have special needs. Or like that Paul can be with me also out of visitor hours, that I need to have certain supplements with me, that I need like emotional support or something, that I have a very special diet, that I like eat my own food, or yeah, just all that. I didn't think about that. Also, I thought most people after this surgery go home after one night. Actually, I just heard 51% go home after one night. The others stay 3 nights. So apparently it's not that uncommon that I stay much longer. But yeah, in the future, I really need that special note, because I get it. It's the nurses, they all, well, except maybe for 1 or 2, but they're all really, really friendly, and they just follow protocol. It's not their fault, I know, but the doctor is an asshole. Also, Aki, who did my surgery, I've never seen him actually, once over Zoom call. He's really friendly, he's really nice, and I'm sure he did a great job, but I didn't see him before surgery, I didn't see him after. But he has like a resident doctor that takes over his patients after surgery. And yeah, I had my panic attacks and freaking out, because he told me I can't have that and stuff, and so next time he came over, oh, you're the one that doesn't want to take medication. I'm in such pain, believe me. I want to take the medication. I want to take all of it that I can safely take. Also, an antibiotic they wanted to give me home, liquid. I said it can't have sugar in it. So now I'm gonna get like pills I can crush. Look, people don't understand. I'm not trying to be a brat. I'm not trying to be a bitch and asshole or whatever. I'm just trying to protect myself, because I know my body. I know my body better than anyone else, than any doctor. Of course, the neurosurgeon knows what to hear, and of course the doctors know I need this and that. I really need the antibiotics, I need the steroid, I need this sodium or whatever. Yeah, of course, I believe and trust them in that. But again, if I would have if I wouldn't ask, I ask every single thing what they put in me. If I wouldn't have asked, they would have just put dextrose in me, because that's protocol. If someone doesn't eat for a day, they get dextrose infusion. Also, of course, they also wanted to give me a stool softener. I refused it every time so far because I actually have more problems with diarrhea, and now actually my stool is perfect. Well, it was perfect like yesterday, so now I don't really poop anymore. I need to eat more. But so I didn't need the stool softener. I mean, it probably would have made it worse. And yeah, it's just, it's really hard. You're in so much pain. I've never gone through something like that. It's so bad. I've gone through a lot. Had IBS attacks that lasted 8 hours. Crazy, like non-stop pain. Or one time, Paul had to even carry me into the car to go to the ER. That was years ago. I don't even remember, because I don't let anyone touch me, especially when I'm in pain. You can't touch me. And he had to carry me in the car, so it was really bad. I had other really, really, really bad attacks, and I always said the panic attacks are the worst. And they are. They're worse than the physical pain. Because it messes up your brain. It messes up. If you don't experience, if you've never had it yourself, you can't understand. It's hard to explain. But here, I think that's the worst I had to go through, because the way I mean, you're in excruciating pain, physical pain, and then you get panic attacks because no one understands you. You're alone. No one is helping you. Paul was here yesterday, the day before, the entire time, from like 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. That helped more than anything else. That helped so much. That was so good. Well, yeah, during the night, he can't be here, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I was so tired. But you need to be so alert that you don't get anything that harms you. And again, the nurses are really friendly and they're really nice, and they just follow protocol, I know. But I just thought the regular patient, I just function a little bit differently. And I learned how to deal with it. But when you're helpless, you just had a hole drilled through your nose and take a tumor taken out from your almost brain, not the brain, but the gland. You're in excruciating pain. You can't anymore. So now I'm very happy that Paul is dealing with everything. The doctor was talking to Paul about my protocol, about my medications, about all that. I can't deal. So he's doing all that. He's getting everything. So I'm glad about that, because I can't comprehend it anyways. I mean, I can listen, but I just know every 3 hours I need my meds. But then I think I also need to get, as soon, every 6 hours they tested my sodium. So I think I know as soon as I read up, I need to get blood test again for my sodium. And yeah, I'm glad Paul is handling everything, so he will tell me what I have to do. So yeah, these are some of the stories so far from here. Yeah, I'm sure there is more. But yeah, so I'm basically waiting. So the oxy kicked in, so that's good. Once the oxy kicked in, I'm actually doing better. I was walking around a little bit. I'm sitting down. I'm waiting for the guy to come in again to take my package out here. Oh yeah, I should soak it up so it will be easier to get out. I usually hate that, you know, when it goes back your throat, comes out your mouth. I fucking hate it, but now I love it because that means, oh good, it's getting through. It's still completely closed off. So now it's a bit after 1. After I think I'm getting discharged at 6. I really need to get discharged right after I take my meds. So I'll make the drive to Reno because we need to get back. We don't want to be a burden for my aunt in Palo Alto. It's really nice. We could stay at my aunt's house, and Paul was staying there while I was in the hospital. And we also really need to get back to Reno so Paul won't lose his job. We need to pay back some people that helped us pay for the surgery. Because of a pre-existing condition, I wasn't eligible for health insurance. No one wanted to give me insurance, so we had to pay out of pocket. And I'm really worried because I stayed so long in the hospital now. It's gonna get more and more expensive. We probably need to pay more. The meds will be expensive and probably will need to be on a hormone replacement therapy for the rest of my life. It's totally okay for me. I will take that. But expensive, right? And it's not bubbling anymore. It used to bubble so nice when I was talking, not anymore. Maybe I need to be more like this. And yeah, so now that my tumor is out, I should be able to get health insurance, but I will as soon as possible, because this condition now is a lifelong thing that I will have, because my pituitary gland won't be I think I need to ask again, but Paul told me, Augie said basically all of it is gone. Also, the tumor all is gone, but basically also all my gland. Maybe a tiny bit is left. I don't know for sure, but it's not able to make the hormones. So yeah, but what's now actually the hard part for me will start to figure out what exactly I need, what kind of hormones, and so I'll be regulated, and what can I do naturally. And yeah, this is gonna be an adventure. Of course, I'm gonna keep you posted what I'll try and all that. But once I figure it out, I'm sure I'll do good, I'll do great. I actually, in a way, I really hope I need HGH, human growth hormone, because that would be really cool. Of course, just a tiny bit, not like the bodybuilders misuse it and take too much. But if I would just eat a tiny bit, that would be so cool, because then once I'm all healed up and I can train again, then with the HGH, I could maybe get even more ripped. That would be a really cool side effect, right? Why not? If I need it anyways. There's a hair somewhere. Okay. So I have, now is the, I think it's the 14th. Yes, I got surgery on the 11th. That was the 14th, June 2021. I haven't posted anything on social media for quite a while. It's also before we drove to the Bay Area. This is on my surgery, was on the Friday. We drove down on the Wednesday. On Tuesday, I was so depressed. So bad. It was so bad. And I don't post when I'm depressed. And then on Wednesday, we drove down. And on Thursday, the 10th, I had a COVID test first. Oh yeah, that was also something. So here, we're in California here. They crazy. I think Europe is even more crazy right now. But you guys know California. Anyways, so of course I know you have to get COVID tested before surgery, and I'm totally fine with that. That's fine. Take my blood, take my spit, but don't shove something up my nose the day before I'm gonna get surgery through my nose. Hell no. Do you know the risk of that? So, but here, you know, they probably get only reimbursed or like paid for the tests through the nose. So that's all they do. I was freaking out. Say, no, I'm not gonna do that. And you know what? The test through the nose is probably the least accurate one. Spit is apparently more accurate than blood anyways. But so we managed it that they just were swiping my throat. But it was a fight again. And the only reason why they don't go through your nose is when you have a history of chronic bleeding, nose bleeding. And I actually do have that. No, for real. Ask my mom. When I was a kid, one time she told me, I think you have your period through your nose, because I was bleeding so often through my nose. So yeah, it was really bad when I was a kid, actually. Much worse. It's it got much better. I have to be honest about that. But hey, I live in Reno. It's so dry there, right? I mean, once you get a nosebleed, I keep getting it because like the crust and then it's so dry. But it really got so much better. As a kid, it was much worse. But we weren't lying about my nosebleed problems. We just over-exaggerated it a bit. Yeah, it's also something because of course I can only breathe through my mouth. Also while sleeping, so when I don't get more than 2 or 3 hours of sleep anyways because pain that sets in. But so when I wake up after I slept, holy shit, everything is so dry. The tongue, the throat, the mouth. I mean, yeah, now I just cut off some. My lips, yeah. Everything is so. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I kind of got used to it a bit now, so that's good. But again, first, in the second night after surgery. So I had surgery like at 7 a.m., around 7:30 a.m. on the 11th. And then, like on the 12th at night, maybe at the 1 or 2 a.m., I finally got like 2 hours of sleep. But it took me a while to get used to that because every time I was like almost falling asleep, I woke up again because of throbbing, the pain, and also because anxiety, because yeah, everything is so dry and really I remember I like told Paul when he was here, okay, I'm gonna try to sleep. You have to watch over me, right? You will watch over me. So as I mentioned, this was what helped the most, him being here, because I knew, okay, it's okay, you could let go now. Someone that cares about you and that somewhat understands you or at least accepts you, knows you, like, is here, you could trust him and you could let go now. He's watching over you. And I know I'm 37 years old, but I was never really able to take care of myself fully. Well, probably also because I had a tumor in my head and I needed a lot of help. And there's just something I took 8 stuffed animals with me. I just took 1 with me on the surgery day. Then the day after, Paul brought me the rest. I brought all of them to the Bay Area because I always bring 1 stuffed animal with me wherever I go. It's overnight. Always 1. This time I needed more, and since Paul brought me those over, they've been in my bed the entire time. And I need them. I sleep with them. I don't know, in a way, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe certain parts of my brain maybe never fully grew up, or I don't know. I mean, when you're in pain and sick, everyone needs help and wants someone to care for them. And doesn't want to be alone. But I have just some things I think are different with me. I mean, everyone is different, but different with my brain, I think. Like, as I'm super light and sound sensitive, and it started with smell. Also, now I don't smell shit, of course, but I'm super smell sensitive, and then also sounds. And here the machine, so when they put an IV in, like the antibiotics or the saline water or whatever, to the machine, and when it's done, it's beeping very loud. And again, people don't understand. They just think I'm being a bitch, I'm being a brat. No, it does something. It hurts. I get an attack. I really thought, of course, as soon as it beeps, I push the button that someone please makes it stop. But it usually took them so long to finally get here. And one time was really bad. It took them like 10 minutes, and I really tried. Believe me, I tried. Okay, it's beeping. So I tried with breathing, with my mantra. I have a mantra that I keep telling myself. But I had an attack, so I don't really remember, but I think I was just in my bed on one side, curled up in a ball, shaking and closing my ears, and I think I said, please make it stop, please make it stop, please make it stop, please make it stop. Maybe I also said my mantra, I'm sure, and I was praying. Yeah. I grew up, how do you say, atheist, I don't know how you say. I grew up a non-believer, but I do believe now. Already for a long time, I do believe, but I could never say God, because this word has been misused so many times, and when I got that far, then I can say I believe in God. Yes, I do. And I do believe in good thoughts. And what are good thoughts? They're prayers. Yeah. So I don't believe in the Bible, don't get me wrong. Or there are other story. There are good parts in it. You can take good stuff out of it, but the Bible is just to control, just for control.